I go to church, you go to church, church to church to church, church.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of BlaspheMass Debate. It's your host, your freaky deacon of the weekend, Cody G. And today we're going to objectively resolve Slang, Whippin, and Gen B. But first off, let's meet our panelists. What's good, Trav?
Evening.
Quick draw in the house. And then secondly, we got your comedic marijuana, your boy, Taury.
Yo.
Yo. And thirdly, we got our last special guest, the diva extraordinaire, ComedianVisionarySpeaks.
Yes, it's her.
All right, she's here. Okay, so a lot of us read the Bible. A lot of us missing out. Some go to church, some don't. But to interest the younger folk, should the Bible's lingo be updated so the youth can better relate? What's your take on this, Trav?
I'd say definitely. Like you go into Ezekiel 13:23 and he's talking about let there be lights, you know what I'm saying, whatnot. But I feel like
I think I remember that.
Thou, thus, though, they, you know what I'm saying? Kids don't know this. So like if you update Ezekiel and be like, the Lord said, let there be light, and thus forth it was Liddy, and then put a couple of emojis, the praying hands and all that, then I feel like that's more relatable to them, you know what I'm saying? Millennials and Gen Z. If you just have it as just what it was with the thous and the art thou, you know, all that weird stuff, nobody's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody speaks that, even the generation before us, and it's just weird.
Fuck all that. Forget these kids. The language of the Bible is precious, okay? And it should be kept the way it is, because that makes people, it's an art and it's also poetry, and it's the language of the Lord, okay? You can't change the language of the Lord, our God. Because when he said it what he said, and what you're trying to do is update Jesus, and Jesus is timeless, so you can't update Jesus. His word is the word, and the word was the word, and the word is the word as the word is right now, and that's what
that
it
piano,
is.
Trav.
Right? Now we supposed to slow up and be as like society is just becoming too ridiculous now. Now we gotta we don't only have to slow up for the slowest person. Now we gotta fucking sit around for motherfuckers crawling, learn something new. God damn, the words ain't that difficult. What
it
the
is.
fuck?
Figure it out.
It really is.
Now I gotta understand
Figure it out.
emojis. What happens if all the older books burn and that's all we got left? Then the future generations down the road in the fucking Book of Eli world is learning emoji speak.
No, I mean,
this is what we gonna do to the fucking zombie survivors. We gonna leave them with that bullshit?
Language.
No.
They'll have hope though, will they not?
That ain't nothing but hieroglyphics, okay?
Right? Yeah.
Language is fluid. You think Merriam and Webster just one day were sitting around and like, oh, here go all the words? There was the British talk, and they talk with the O and whatever, like however they talk, and shit begin to update. And today, and the Bible was updated. Like it was the Old Testament, and then it was the New Testament. So now it's the new
you said words. An emoji is not a word.
I mean, but that's what it is now. Though the kids know emojis, and emojis are language. Back in the day, presidents didn't use Twitter, but I feel like today's day and age, you use what you got. An emoji is basically a fucking letter. You know what I'm saying?
But even with emojis, today's language changes so much. It's like it was on fleek, then it was lit, then back in our day it was like a mug. It was cool.
Yeah.
So like, how many times we gonna have to change the Bible for these niggas? No, just keep it the way it is.
Yeah, but I'm kid coming up to me talking about some, I got that piff. I'm like, I don't do no fucking heroin, bro. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because when I left,
old, like, baby, what you say?
A piff?
What you say, baby?
Piff. I'm looking for weed.
That piff is where I get my mixtapes.
That piff, I forgot.
I know about that piff.
Looking for that bud, man. I don't know what the fuck no piff is.
Buy my album.
Buy my album. Hell no.
No, but would you saying On Fleek got like transitioned out within a 5-year or 2-year period or whatever like that? If language gets transitioned out that fast, then how do you know at that time when it was written, some of the doths and the thous didn't get, you know, weeded out within a year or two? Then it was like, well, what the fuck is this? Why you they, thou, they, though? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Who are you referring to?
That's why you don't change it, because it's there. It's already there. So you just keep it the same, so you don't have to worry about updating it, because it is what it is.
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 To be honest, these fucking kids, ain't, they putting glue in their damn hair and on their face. Changing the Bible around, the language around ain't gonna make them be what? It's gonna do what? What's gonna change? Nothing. So keep it the same. They're not gonna read it anyway.
They don't read.
They're not gonna listen to nothing.
You might as well make it an audio book.
Yeah, if you do it as an audio book,
make it an audio book.
One of these little rappers.
I think it is audio.
Yeah,
little diaper boy.
The same language,
but still
the same language, but with one of their favorite rappers saying.
Even if it was audio book, that you can make it as little baby or whatever like that. He's like, and God created the heaven and the earth, or like whatever they be saying. You know what I'm saying? It's still updating it. Like, the emojis, you can't see the emojis, but updating it. Period. You need to update that shit. Like Lil Baby could do it for sure, and he could rap it even. But I think what it was, nobody's gonna listen to it. Like audio.
Put the Bible on Audible with Snoop Dogg as the narrator.
Yeah, I mean, you can read it however you want to, but it is what it is. He said what he said back in the day, and that's what it is.
I'll read the fucking Bible if it's in Snoop Dogg's language.
Well, that's still
on the first dizzle, God's shizzle, make the earth whizzle.
The Lord was out here. The Lord was
40
out here.
dizzles.
E40 slang.
Nah, but you gotta keep it the same.
Tell me when to go with.
And then Judas betrayed Jesus.
Ghost ride the chariot. He did.
Thou and they might be fucking popular again. We gotta bring that.
Yeah,
shit
let's
back.
bring thou back.
Right.
Bring thou back.
Let's make thoueth a thing.
Word. What up with thou?
Yeah, maybe we should re-implement like old words. Like maybe we'd get better with the Bible, you know?
I disagree.
Yes. Bring all that shit back.
I strongly disagree.
Where
Come
is
hither.
the English rapper?
Come hither,
Where is
bitch.
the guy who's giving me old time William Shakespeare raps?
Would you accept that alternative, Travis? And if instead of updating the Bible, they re-educate people in old terms?
No,
Yes.
no.
Let's make that cool.
No, that's like
Bring back thou.
Hell no.
If Jay-Z
back
drops an album,
hither.
or like the older rappers drop an album right now, the younger niggas ain't listening to it. They gonna listen to NBA Youngboy and all them niggas. They're not gonna be like, all right, Nas, this was Nas's catalog, so I'm gonna respect it. They gonna listen to the young shit. Y'all gotta adapt to them. We don't have to adapt to you. This is why
Why?
But if we can get
That's
one
what
of
it
these rappers to buy into using some of these old words from the Bible, it'll happen. Per what we seen Cameron do with the color pink.
Cameron made up words.
I am wearing
exactly, but
women's month gotta represent, you know, cancer awareness.
No doubt.
I mean, if T.I. cannot be out here with the whole dictionary of words, then they can learn how to say some biblical terms.
Expeditiously.
Right. Yeah,
ceremoniously.
Wild as the Taliban.
All right, okay. So calm down, y'all. It was hard to settle you guys down. There's a heavy crowd tonight. We're gonna get to the final word. And Trav, man, what's your final word on this, bro?
Yeah, I think the old heads always just want to, like, you know, keep living on. The niggas be like, Tupac's the best that ever was, that ever will. Michael Jordan's the best that ever was, that ever will. I feel like it's just old niggas saying young niggas can't be better than the old niggas, but niggas get better with time, you know what I'm saying? LeBron will probably bust that nigga ass, you know what I'm saying? Lil Baby probably give Tupac's buckets, and the Bible should be updated with emojis. Final word.
Respect. And Vigi, what's your final word? Kill this man.
The final word is Jesus. Jesus said it. And when he said it, he said what he said. You cannot update God because God is the beginning and God is the end. And what he said is in that book. Pick it up, update yourself. Don't update Jesus. All right? Final word.
Damn. I'm sweating about what's going to happen to Trav after that final word. All right, then, Taury, man, what you got to say, man? You look like you ready to mount this up, man.
Man, listen, you gotta keep the language the same, the words the same. Put the damn Bible on Audible and have a pimp say it like a magic Don Juan.
Slick back or something.
And on the first day, the Lord, he went on and put himself in a position to bring light upon the creatures of earth. If that shit is smooth, the kids will listen. Keep the language the same.
And when Adam's hoe bit that apple, Adam layeth that hand across her face.
Turn to page 3, pimp. All right. So after listening to these final words, it seems the Bible should definitely not have its lingo updated for the youth to better relate. They need to learn how to relate to it, or the Bible. I'm sorry for the disrespect, Lord. And the round goes to Taury.
racism.
She like, I should have never called your ass.
Exactly. This is some sexist.
Okay. So just like how some people love chitlin seasons, some people don't like chitlins at all. But before we get into the next round, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. And don't forget to follow us on these platforms. Guys watching. Some people like ham hock, some don't, which ain't crazy because I love ham hock. But my question is, what is the one true way to make grits? Sweet or savory? What's your take on this, Vigi?
Okay, so first of all, I'm offended that you compare grits to ham hocks.
Are you
Literally,
kidding me? All that talking about grit or ham hocks though?
that
Come
is
on.
not in the same category, honey. You talking about throwaway foods that came out the back of the animal's ass. We're talking about grits here, and grits are meant to be, by all means and standard, savory. And I will not stand on this and die. I will stay right here and I will fight you for it. Grits are meant to be savory. Let me tell you why. Several reasons. Okay. So with savory options, that's the salt baby. That's the salt bay that you put on the grits. You can do multiple things with that. So you can put some bacon on that bitch because bacon is also savory. You can put some shrimp on that shit because shrimp is also savory. You don't put shrimp on those sweet grits because that would be weird.
No.
You can sprinkle some ham hock on that bitch.
Sprinkle some ham hock on that bitch because that's also savory. Yeah. Okay. So we need to, when you eat grits, it's supposed to go, and you're supposed to put some cheese on that bitch because cheese are also savory. Okay. So now we got cheese. Now we got bacon. Now we got some ham hocks. Now we got shrimp. Now we got a whole thing happening with these grits. Now, if you just put sugar on them, you just gonna die from diabetes.
Now you got an incorrect meal. Everybody knows grits is a dessert. And 2 words, oatmeal.
What?
Oatmeal.
Did we just? My ears deceive me.
Oatmeal. You got maples and brown sugar. You got apples and cinnamon. You got blueberries and spice or all them shits. And you know what I'm saying? Grits is, at the end of the day, is basically just rice with a little bit of goo on it. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? There's rice pudding. So that's our, you know what I'm saying? Grits with sugar on it. So I feel like, who are you to say that I can't put no sugar on the grits? It's a dessert at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, grits is rice pudding. Have salt.
Thank you.
How you gonna put, what about the butter? What you gonna do with the butter and sugar?
You put butter in cakes. Butter,
bake
butter.
You could keep the butter. I ain't say take the butter out. You need the butter.
So you gonna put butter with sugar?
Maybe some shortening, maybe some margarine, maybe some. I can't believe.
Adding lard.
Some shortening. Okay. First of all, I can't. He said I can't believe butter. This man is not a cook. Everybody knows I can't believe butter don't melt. That shit is.
He said you order out.
I couldn't believe it either. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it the first time I seen it melt either. I couldn't.
But it does not melt.
He don't got one skillet. He don't got one pan in that kitchen.
I can't believe it's not rice pudding.
You talk like you've never had grits a day in your life.
I've had.
You call grits a dessert.
He grew up in a white household.
Ordering grits as a dessert?
We might need to Grubhub some grits to his house right now.
Can I get some sugary grits?
Can I get some sugary grits with my coffee?
Can I get some blueberry grits?
What are we talking about?
That's
spoken like a man who's never had.
Can I get a biscuit with my grits, please?
Can I get some? Now that makes sense.
Exactly. So you gonna dip a biscuit in the grits with sugar?
Don't just think about that in your mouth. No syrup.
I mean, I wouldn't. You don't dip the biscuit in there. You like cut up some fruit. You know, cut up some nice fruit. You know what I'm saying? Put a couple of bananas on there. Put an apple slices on there. You know what I'm saying?
No, that sounds like oatmeal.
What you saying is you want diabetes.
Okay, have y'all ever had sweet grits though? Because that man does make it sound pretty good. I mean,
don't talk about what sounds good if you've never had it. I've had it before. It is subpar.
Terrible.
Okay, and what he's really campaigning for is oatmeal because oatmeal should have sugar on it or brown sugar. That's what he really wants to argue for.
Yeah, he just
be about your shit. That. 10 toes down, my nigga. 10 toes down.
Ever locked in a room with nothing but a bowl of grits and some sugar?
The headline would say, "Why did he eat the grits?"
Like if you was held,
I'm not making them grits.
It was a POW, and they was sliding grits through your goddamn little thing, and then they give you a little packet of sugar. You wouldn't put that sugar there?
Grits is just the
culture. I believe in God.
Grits is just.
I'll be all right.
Some plain ass grits.
No, I'm not gonna eat plain ass grits. I'm gonna make myself cry, and my tears are gonna have salt in them. No, my tears are salty, so I'm gonna cry into the bowl.
She gonna be crying over the grits like. I told y'all salt.
You just gotta grit your teeth and go for it. Like grits are, you know what I'm saying?
Savory grits. That's it. Gang gang.
Let's get to the final word because that boy Travis is struggling. So, Vigi, what's your final word? You got a lot to say. What's
Bro,
up?
savory grits all day, gang gang. And if you're not eating savory grits, you're doing it wrong, bro. You're doing it wrong. It's just your food should be savory. If you got cheese in your shit, it should be savory. If you got shrimp in your shit, it should be savory. If you got bacon in your shit, unless it's candy bacon, it should be savory. You know, savory grits all day, gang gang. I don't care what nobody say. I'll die. There you go. I'll fight you.
She made me want to try some bacon grits, and if they don't taste good, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna just let you know.
You can't let everybody make your grits just like you can't let everybody make your macaroni and cheese.
I should have just threw that damn sugar in that motherfucker.
No, I'll make you some grits, bro. It's gonna be the best grits you ever had. Just like you can't get mac and cheese from everybody, you can't get grits from everybody.
Hey, that is true. That is true. They don't be putting enough cheese in that shit. That's for sure.
The right cheese, sharp cheddar, my dog, sharp cheddar mixed with a little bit of other types of cheese, you be good.
Hold on, what's your recipe?
hey, just a little sprinkle. You gotta put that slap your mama mix.
It's gonna be a little darker. I'm like, bro, you like two shades
turn this into a cook show. It's gonna be a cooking show. You ate them grits, didn't you?
You ate them grits. You ate the savory grits, didn't you?
My grits is from the bayou.
I have seen the lights.
So, Trav, man, which game do you bang, brother?
I just think grits are just a cultural appropriated version of oatmeal. Like oatmeal's the obviously, you know what I'm saying, started the shit, and then it's like, all right, here go the white version, and we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, make it this. But I feel like that's basically like putting salt and bacon on cornflakes. Like it's unflavored, and you know what I'm saying, and you just make it flavored, but you're flavoring it the wrong way. Cornflakes should be frosted flakes, as the same way as grits should be rice pudding or oatmeal. That's just what it is.
I almost feel like that tastes good too.
Salted frosted salted
argument. The argument was for grits. We went to oatmeal. We went to toasted
grits and oatmeal are one of the same. It's culturally appropriated.
So many places.
Isn't that grits meal? Wasn't it originally grits meal and then they separated them? No.
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, bad joke. Cut that out. So we're gonna get to the Taury, man. What's your final word, man?
Grits are supposed to have salt and butter. You need a separation in the breakfast time of flavors. You cannot have sugary. Like black people, we have to live. We have to survive. Diabetes is our enemy. We cannot be oppressed by the white man by believing that all of this sugary shit is supposed to be for us. Separate it. Give yourself some salt.
Not that salt ain't killing us.
What would you say?
Salt and peppers here.
Diabetes or high blood pressure?
That's either one.
Yeah.
So
I don't want the sugars.
So
no sugars.
It seems the one true way to make grits is savory.
Oh my God.
And the round goes to
savory.
He said me, Mario.
There's been a lot that's happened in the generations coming up to now. You had World War II. You had a whole bunch of shit. I can't even think of all of it. But my thing is, who's had it worse, millennials or the generations before us? What's your take on this, Taury?
Obviously, the older generations have had it way worse than the millennials. Now, I could be underhanded and sneaky and bring up the civil rights movement and hoses and dogs. I could bring up lynching. I could bring up separate but not equal. I could bring up women's rights to not vote. But the thing that will take it over the top to why the older generations had it worse, bathrooms. We get to take shits with ease. Back in the days, you had no choice but to use a fucking porta potty. Hot, sweaty box with shit sitting at the bottom. There's no way on earth you gonna tell me that anything that millennials have to deal with is worse than shit in a box separated by wood can be pushed over. It's cold at nighttime. You gotta walk out to that motherfucker through the rain. There's nothing worse than that. Through the snow. You've never had to put boots on to take a shit.
Damn. I never thought about that.
Exactly. Like, and we
We
have
talking about them outhouses and shit.
little
Damn.
water fountain. You have to kiss the water and all that. I feel like these motherfuckers. The only thing, like, they're mentally like brainwashed a little bit, but they're not like physically locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like slavery was a thing. I don't know what generation was that. Was that Generation A? Like 1492, Columbus.
Generation A.
Columbus did some
Generation arrived.
Columbus did some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Land ho. And then he's like, oh no, this is my shit, you know what I'm saying?
The first generation.
You got all this shit, you got the Great Depression, you got, you know what I'm saying, all Columbus shit, the Great C-section, you know, of America. And he did all that shit. So I just think it's just bullshit. This is all it is. They're controlled by social media. But if you want to achieve oneness, you know what I'm saying, meditate, get out that shit. It's not the same thing as, nigga, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you and you're not getting, you're in prison. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you tripping.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, let's start. Okay, Mama was born in 1990. I am an official old head millennial. And from my birth came like all the LA riots. That was during the first part of the 90s, Tupac and Biggie getting killed during the first part of the night. This is from the time that I was born, right? So going towards the, I graduated in 2008 from high school. Right as my graduation happened, the recession happened. So that's right at graduation. We also had to experience 9/11. We also have to experience climate change, student loans, COVID-19 on some bullshit
she wrote it down.
I wrote everything down, baby. Real shit. We had to experience a recession. We had to experience Donald Trump. We have like our generation is the first generation to not outprofit our parents because of our loan debt. We are less likely to have children in the same ratio as our parents because we do not have the same amount of money. So we have children later, we get married later. We are now, like, this is supposed to be the prime of my life. I'm in my 30s and I'm locked in my house. I can't go outside. Like, at least in any other generation before us, they got to go outside, they got to travel. I can't even get on the fucking plane because if I breathe, I might die. Like, that's some big shit. Like, I feel like we as millennials, we had hits after hits after hits after hits, to the point where the stock market changed. It had a stock market crash at one point during that time. We had a housing market crisis during that time.
We got Lil Baby and Da Baby.
We got
many
things have happened to the point where we can't live like they used to be able to live. My grandma would get on the plane, she could travel, she got to go to places. I can't even do that the same way because I can't afford that shit.
The niggas brought over smallpox. They were like, here you go, you want this roast beef sandwich? Psych, no, smallpox. And then you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no shit like that.
Smallpox. Welcome to COVID-19, my nigga. We're dying by the dailies. Then the daily
How many babies died of shaken baby syndrome when the only mode of transportation was horseback? Come on,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? We're not thinking about these dangerous things that happened back then, man.
More people died from the war in Iraq.
They just, the babies just on the back of the fucking...
And the biggest argument is they still killing
slow down.
Black lives still matter. So
yeah, you ain't even old enough to tell them, stop.
they talk about throwing the baby out with the bath water and shit.
My ribs. You go over there crying.
I just think that our actual lifestyle is just completely it's the balls.
That's
it's the balls argument right now. Cause like I haven't got to live my life. I'm in my 30s. I can't even fucking be out here and be a little in these streets because
we was all human beings was like horses back in the day.
I'm not on horseback. I'd rather be on horseback. You know how much gas is, my nigga?
Would you trade places with Kunta Kinte right now with the snap of a finger?
Would I trade places with a person? I mean, if you think about it like that, are we not mentally enslaved? Are we not mentally enslaved? We're still slaves.
What's your name?
Taury.
Who told you you was free? Who told you you was free? You are not free.
Speak, visionary, speak.
My name is
Vivica.
Mentally slave versus slave.
All right, okay, calm down now. So we're gonna get to the final word on this last debate. And Taury, man, what's your final word, man? What you got to say?
Older people most definitely had it worse. Back in the days, if we was literally like how horses are nowadays. If you broke your leg, you died. Like that was it.
Right.
it was over. And if you got hurt, you had to travel by horseback to a hospital, just bopping all along the back of the fucking carriage
on the back.
Like, I mean, there's so many other things.
I went so far back in the generations. Y'all went back to horseback. I was thinking 60s, 70s, 80s. This nigga went back to the 1900s.
I mean, that's the 1800s.
The 1800s. Yeah, he went far back. He went back in that bitch.
The British was coming. Shit.
Apparently.
Yo.
Think about it.
I said the generations that came before us. That's like a few generations.
None of us right now will sleep with a candle. You won't sleep with your candles lit. That was the only way. That's how you had to
sleep with that candle.
With candles.
We had a blackout in 1990. What was
I can't do it.
All right, okay, and Travis, man, you looking kind of concerned, man. What's your final word, man? You looking like you up over there. You talking about some.
I say you see smacking the smacking the back. Niggas sleeping with the candles. I'm about to dismiss. So no, I got nothing. But no, them niggas is slavery. You know what I'm saying? The niggas is walking around with sandals, Jesus sandals. If you want, well, no, Jesus wasn't in America, but debatable. But you know what I'm saying? The niggas was back here doing some crazy shit. Scurvy and all that they brought. You know, most of them niggas died. And I think mentally in prison versus in prison, it's two sides of one coin that, you know what I'm saying? It's two sides of the same coin that nobody wants to coin. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, yeah, fuck these little ass kids, and you know what I'm saying. And a lot of them get rich as fuck at like 12. These slaves was not rich as fuck. So yeah.
Actually, one of the slaves did become one of the first millionaires when she created the hot comb. So
a what?
The hot comb. She was the first millionaire.
Oh, I thought you said the taco.
The hot comb.
What kind of slave we talking about?
Madam C.J. Walker.
The hot comb for real?
Mm-hmm.
Madam C.J. Taco.
I thought she said the taco, bro. I was like, a black person created the taco.
Good Lord. Final thoughts.
I believed you up until this point.
Madam C.J.
Everything you said.
Madam C.J. Hacko.
She been burning necks since goddamn.
I would not allow this on Women's History Month.
Hold still.
You got me.
Vision, what's your final word?
Millennials have had it since the day they were born. They had bullshit happen to them. We never had a break. We never had a break of privilege where we could actually live our lives to the fullest. We had recessions. We had 9/11. We had COVID-19. We had Donald Trump with his bitch ass. Tupac and Biggie died. BLM movements. All the stuff that's been happening back in the day is still happening now, but it's amped up to 1,000. And our student loans is on 500 a million, bitch. So yeah, we'll never be able to live the same again. I say millennials had it pretty rough.
Wait, time out. So you telling me the hot combs came out way before?
You still on hot combs? Hot combs is it's 5, 6, 7, 8.
I got more.
Who do we appreciate?
Black Lives Matter. Climate change.
So she just gonna throw it all in there real quick.
Depression.
Black Lives Matter.
Madam C.J. Walker.
All right. Okay. So
that nigga look like KD. That nigga look like KD low key.
He do.
No, I already won.
He pissed off.
KD looks like me. I'm much older than that motherfucker.
It seems after listening to y'all final words, the generation that's had it worse is the millennials, and the round goes to She about to break that fan. She gonna be pissed off when that fan breaks.
You know what's fucking
goes
I have broken a fan. Look.
Damn. Whole time.
That was your biggest fan.
Whole time. Every time you didn't see, she had to get ready off camera. She was.
I was like, wait, I'm about to roll this bitch up.
It was broke the whole time. It was broke the whole time.
This is.
She's gonna
take it. It's been broke.
Buy another one because this one broke.
Oh, she got fans
today. Flicking them too hard. Is it that hot over there? Shit.
I mean, you gotta throw the shade.
No, but she was trying to show out and shit. Hey, girl,
you gotta throw that shade.
Because you can't do this. Her shit was breaking.
You know, there's an art to fan throwing.
Put my shit out like a switchblade.
Shit, axe though. You want to tell the fans that since you just
real niggas got the church ones.
He got
that just rolled up paper.
It's a butter knife and a notepad.
Oh God,
that nigga hurt.
Oh God, that's church.
I thought that was a Capri Sun package.
Chop.
Look, he still got the straw in it. Look, he still got the straw in
it, baby. I wish they get some air conditioning in this thing.
Lord have mercy, please.
That's for the building fund.
Why that boy gotta be musty every Sunday, Lord? Please.
Lord Jesus, please let his deodorant be a fence, Lord.
So, Vision, you the winner of this episode of BlaspheMass Debate. What would you like to tell the viewers? You know, go ahead, give them a shout out about your channel, or just hype them up by whatever you want.
Hey, let's do this, baby. Shout out to all the women out there. It's Women's Month. We out here doing it. Shout out to your mama, aunties, cousins, friends, sisters, girlfriends, situationships out there in the building. I am your diva extraordinaire, comedian visionary speaks, and you can find her on Instagram, the Twitter links, the Facebookings, at Comedian Visionary Speaks on all platforms. Shout out to all women, protect Black women in all forms, and shout out to my kings on this here platform. Thank you for having me. You know, straight from the Detroit 313s. That's how we do it. Pew.
You already know.
Pew, 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 pew. And then
Her real name's
secondly,
Gretchen.
Her name is Gretchen.
Gretchen, Tasha,
Shirley, actually.
Vizio.
It's gotta be an old name, like Vivian.
Vivian.
Rebecca.
Ethel.
Thanks, Tori, for being on this episode of BlaspheMass Debate, man. And what do you want to tell the viewers, man? Go for it, man.
Man, Taury Sword. Look me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all Taury Sword. I'm probably the only one. Look out for my podcast, Logic and Laughs. Also with Visionary. And yeah, man, got some other stuff coming out down the pipe. Look out for Logic and Laughs.
If it's another dude with that same name, fuck that nigga.
Word. Like Tory Sue, it just must be him.
Yeah, this is
Word. Because Tory Lanez is fucking it up for Tories.
Yeah. All right. And Trey, man,
right.
you know, you unrelated, but what you got to tell the viewers, man? Since you
yeah, speaking of Tory Lanez, I think
fuck that. So we're gonna get to the end here. For this episode of BlaspheMass Debate, what we have learned is the Bible's lingo should definitely not be updated so the youth can better relate. You better get with the times. The one true way to make grits is savory.
Oh my God.
You said with bacon, right?
gang, and shrimp, and cheese.
Word.
And shrimp, and pimp,
brown
and
sugar.
That's only for D'Angelo.
Buddhist man.
Sweet and sour grits head ass nigga. Okay, and lastly, the third thing that we have learned tonight is millennials had it worse. And as your freaky deacon of the weekend always says, amen. Amen. Yo, BMD family, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Tell us what you think below. Do you agree or disagree with the resolutions? Let us know in the comments. Keep up with us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Twitter, Apple, Google, and Amazon Audible Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and of course, Pandora. Amen. Amen.